Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. We will have a hot war between Russia and the United States of America. Pretty soon, I predict that it will be a controlled war, as it is in Ukraine. You know, you use this, don't use this, don't shoot this, shoot this, and it will happen. I don't know exactly how it will start, if it's going to start in the air, as the indicators suggest, or it's going to start, a little incident somewhere. But the incident will occur. It will occur if it didn't occur already, but we were not allowed to find out yet. So let me show you what happened here. Let me give you a background first. You know, in Syria, United States is over there, has military bases illegally because it was never invited in Syria. Nevertheless, they do all kind of anti-terror operations and blah, blah, blah. They fly their drones over there, kill all kind of Islamic militants and terrorists and all that. And the forces of good, anyway, on someone else's territory, by the way, which is a sovereign independent country of Syria. But hey, don't mention that one. And lately, the Russians are interfering with the American beautiful operations of killing these bad dudes, which is buzzing their drones with their fighter jets. Well, it happened already on 2 occasions in Syria, as far as we know, and then a spy plane, a Russian spy plane, just flew around over some US military base over there in Syria that is illegally deployed. Let's overemphasize that. And now we have an incident again where a Russian fighter jet buzzes an American warplane. So it's not like a cargo plane or a spy plane, or this is not only in the Associated Press that I'm using for this video, but hey, here it is. Russian fighter jet flies dangerously close to US warplane over Syria. So yeah, remember, the Russians are legally flying and are stationed in Syria because they were invited by the legitimate, internationally recognized president of the Syrian people, Bashar al-Assad. So he invited the Russians, the Iranians, the Americans, and the coalition, the allies, just showed up, right, on the sovereign country, free, sovereign, independent country of Syria, like Ukraine, for instance. But when we do it in the name of good. Therefore, pants down, bend over, and we do it in the name. I'm going to sacrifice myself right now, okay? Just bend over. All right? That's what we do. If they do it, oh my God, that's a rape right there. All right, let's read this little article here. A Russian fighter jet flew very close to a US surveillance. Now, surveillance is not a fighter jet. Aircraft. But here it was what? Warplane. Surveillance aircraft over Syria, forcing it to go through the turbulent wake and putting the lives of the 4 American crew members in danger, US officials said Monday. Now, this is the video I made on the 14th this month. So this is what, 4 days ago? And it says, Russia tries to kick US out of Syria? Question mark. Why? For YouTube, obviously. Russian spy plane flies over US base in Syria repeatedly. And there were the drones as well. So I posted this, I uploaded on YouTube on the 14th. Go and check it out. And I provide over there more information that I probably will not get into right here. So let's get this article done. The official said the incident, which happened just before noon EDT on Sunday, was a significant escalation in what has been a string of encounters between US and Russian aircraft in Syria in recent weeks. The intercept by the Russian Su-35 impeded the US crew's ability to safely operate their MC-12 aircraft, the official said, calling it a new level of unsafe behavior that could result in an accident or loss of life. Will occur. I can really, how should I put it, I predict that. All right, and let's see what this MC-12 aircraft looks like. This is it. MC-12 Liberty, at least. I guess this would be the one. I don't know, man, if this is the one or not. but they have all kind of airplanes here. Let's see if we find another picture here, shall we? All right, so basically this is it. This is a subsonic, obviously, aircraft with propellers and whatever this, it looks like a 1,000 years old airplane, but I see some intakes here as well. So let's see, let's go back to the article and finish it. In recent weeks, Russian fighter jets have repeatedly harassed US unmanned MQ-9 drones, but the latest incident raised alarms because it endangered American lives. My friends, you either get used to it until it happens, unfortunately, and then what? Or you just, I don't know, get the hell out. You're not supposed to be there in the first place. The officials who spoke on condition of anonymity to discuss details on a military operation would not say how close the Russian jet go to the US warplane. The MC-12, which is a twin-engine turbo-propeller aircraft. Okay, so that intake over there was for the turbo underneath there. Turbo. Okay, turbo airplane. Okay, we got that right here. The MC aircraft, routinely used by special operations forces, was doing just a surveillance in support of operations against the Islamic State groups in Syria, just because they can, the officials said. On multiple occasions in the past 2 weeks, Russian fighter jets flew dangerously close to MQ-9 Reapers, setting off flares and forcing the drones to take evasive maneuvers. US and the Russian military officers communicate frequently over a confliction phone line during the encounters, protesting the other side's actions. So, my friends, here it says right here there are about 900 US forces in the country, and others move in and out to conduct missions targeting Islamic State group militants. You can't just go in a sovereign country like that, can you? Well, this is the answer. It depends how strong you are. I guarantee you, let's say Bulgaria could not do that, or Romania, unless it's going to be the boss. Can we do that? Yeah, go ahead. So I'm waiting, unfortunately, for an accident to occur. Obviously, the Russians are provoking them, but on the other hand, the articles that I'm getting, and I'm reading for you, I found them only in the Western media. Not in Russia Today or Sputnik or other Russian media outlets. And I don't know why yet. I'm pretty sure I'm going to find out, I'm going to find them in the Russian media when something really happens and the Americans are going to really get angry. Then these guys are going to come with their version. But I do not know, and I think you don't know either, where those drones and where that surveillance airplane, on top of being over there by the international law illegally in the airspace of Syria, we don't know on what side of Syria. Let's say those drones were going towards the Russian-controlled click area of Syria, and then the Russians obviously did that. We don't know, or maybe the Russians just went over there to harass them. Either way, those drones were not supposed to be there legally. As I give you the analogy many times, as a truck driver, they have a logbook, and in the logbook, they have exact times that they can be driving, sleeping, and doing other stuff. So if you drive outside of those those legal hours of driving, and you're caught driving or you get in an accident, regardless whose fault was in that accident, if the truck driver was on the road when his logbook said you are not supposed to be there, case closed. You can't fight it. They will say, you know what, you are not supposed to be over there. The mere fact that you are over here, that tells me that everything happened because of you. Regardless if that guy was drunk, regardless if those guys have sex while were driving and so on, it can happen. So anyway, in this case, the same. These guys are in Syria illegally, and they complain that those guys are buzzing them. Someone bursts in your house, you can't kick him out because he's bigger than you, and then when you go around to get a beer from a refrigerator, he's calling you a harasser. You harass him in your house. Well, in the first place, what the hell are you doing here? Get the hell out. Well, you can, I'm big enough. to stay here and do whatever I want. But you know what? I'm helping you. I'm keeping you safe. That's why I barge in your house. This is how it goes. I barge in your house to keep you safe. I'm using your house. I'm getting your oil, which is I'm drinking your beer, eating your food, maybe your wife, and so on. But in the meantime, I'm just keeping you safe. Dangerous, and it will happen. You'll see. Will be a time when an accident will happen, or the how do you call it? The Americans will say, "Oh, enough is enough," a mistake, and they will get in an accident. And then what? I think the Americans are doing this, are ready to start. I don't know if Russians are, but obviously they're not bowing down or backing up. We'll find out. Unfortunately, that's gonna go high quickly, like an escalation. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.